All right, guys, a lot of you have tagged me in videos regarding this memorandum dated February 5th, announcing the immediate lifting of the moratorium on federal executions and renewing a commitment to seeking the death penalty. And so I took a look at this and I wanted to provide some context and my thoughts on this. So bear with me. It's going to be a longer video here. So for context, okay, an executive order was entered in Trump's first or second day in office titled Restoring the Death Penalty and Protecting Public Safety, okay? And then on February 5th, a couple days ago, the Attorney General issued a memo in line with that executive order, lifting the moratorium on federal executions and, setting forth guidelines for pursuing the death penalty in appropriate cases. So when the government tries a case, the prosecutors have the discretion to seek the death penalty if it is an appropriate case and it is a capital case, right? And so previously other administrations had said, no, the federal government is not going to pursue the death penalty anymore. And now Trump has reinstated directing the federal government to pursue the death penalty in capital cases. And now there's a lot swirling around out there about this being, authority to pursue the death penalty against unauthorized individuals, undocumented individuals, being in the United States. And while I do think that it is a focus of this memorandum, I want to clarify something. So here you can see that the policy set forth, blah, 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 is reinstated, right? So essentially seeking the death penalty is reinstated, and it will be applied to cases involving non-drug capital crimes by cartels, transnational criminal organizations, and aliens who traverse our borders and remain in the United States without legal status. And then further on down here, it specifies the types of crimes that federal prosecutors should pursue the death penalty for. And here it says a capital crime by an alien illegally present in the United States, right? Now, looking at these together, my conclusion is this. First of all, it has to be a capital crime. In other words, the death penalty was already on the table, right? It's just that the federal prosecutors maybe did not use their discretion to pursue the death penalty in these cases. So this memorandum essentially is telling prosecutors to go back and look at everybody who's been convicted of a capital crime. So not just any crime, the types of crimes that you are allowed to seek the death penalty for, and prioritize seeking the death penalty for the crimes that people who are in one of these categories committed. In other words, if you fall into one of these categories, if you're an undocumented individual, if you're part of a transnational criminal organization, they're going to go back and review the sentence that they sought and pursue the death penalty, and also moving forward. So while it is actually technically within the bounds of the law, of course, there's a lot of implications here, and certainly could be interpreted as discriminatory practice. It's definitely saying, hey, if you're an undocumented individual, we're going to pursue the death penalty against you if it is available legally. So it would have to be available across the board, whether someone is undocumented or not, right? So it increases the likelihood that unauthorized immigrants convicted of certain crimes are going to face a federal capital punishment. It's definitely going to lead to some legal challenges regarding selective prosecution claims, right? But I do want to be clear here that this isn't just we're going to seek the death penalty against anyone who is in the United States unlawfully, right? Is it discriminatory? Yes. However, it is not, I think, as targeted or incredible as some people might have made it out to seem. They're essentially saying we're going to choose who we pursue the death penalty against. You will have to have been committed of one of these capital crimes anyway. But if you fall into one of these people, we're going to be reviewing your case and seeking the death penalty against you, either retroactively or also moving forward. It does not imply a lower standard for seeking the death penalty by any means, but it does imply, or it's probably going to lead to more aggressive prosecution. So that's my thoughts on it. I hope it clears it up. And we'll see what happens. I foresee a challenge in the courts for sure.